Most people are not good stewards of their money, and there appear to be only a small number of people who are responsible with their money. According to the Federal Reserve, if you have at least $400 saved for an unexpected emergency, you are already financially better off than 1/3 of Americans. A healthy financial outlook does not necessitate being filthy rich or even making a lot of money. This could simply imply that you are satisfied with your current level of income and spending habits and that you are making sound decisions. How can I avoid the most common causes of financial hardship? Examine this to ensure you aren't falling into the same traps that have kept so many others in debt for so long. If you want a better financial future for yourself, please support the channel by clicking the like button and subscribing. If this video is useful, they do not have specific financial goals. Every monetary decision you make should be based on your long-term financial goals. Can you explain your strategy for improving the household's financial situation? Get out of debt or work fewer hours. If you're not sure where to begin, when you have a set of goals to guide you, making decisions based on a clear vision of where you want your financial future to go is much more likely. For example, if you want to be debt-free in 3 years, that is a specific, measurable goal that can be used to guide the development and implementation of a strategy. I understand you want to double your revenue in the coming year. What steps can you take today to get closer to that goal? The first step in avoiding bankruptcy is to determine your ideal financial situation. When you want to be there, whether you're saving $10,000 for a trip, a down payment on a car, or a home, each of these objectives has a finish line in sight. They are unprepared for the unexpected. Given that 1/3 of Americans do not have $400 set aside for unforeseen expenses, this could be a problem, as we can see. $400 isn't much, but it can go a long way when faced with an unexpected bill. According to AAA, the average cost of vehicle repair is between $5 and $600. Do yourself a favor and devise a strategy for saving money in case of an unexpected expense. So, what happens if you're let go? Assume you haven't saved $400 but suddenly need $400 in dental work. You'll almost certainly have to use credit cards or find other forms of financing to cover them. It will be difficult not only to save money for unexpected expenses, but it will also be difficult to pay off debt when interest rates are sky high. Their budgeting abilities are nil. Many people's inability to stick to a budget is a major contributor to their financial situation. According to the United States Census Bureau, only about 41% of people stick to their budget. Unfortunately, if you don't keep track of your earnings and outlays, it's nearly impossible to tell how much money you spend on different things. You can relate to this if you've ever been paid, spent it on a few things, and then been left wondering where the money went. You will understand the significance of this. Part of the reason budgeting has a bad reputation is that recording one's income and expenses in a spreadsheet can be unsettling. However, for those who are serious about getting their finances in order, this could be a very beneficial activity. They are not thinking about the future. People frequently justify their lack of financial security by claiming that they would rather enjoy their wealth now rather than save it for retirement. Some people prefer not to save every penny until they are in their 50s, 60s, or even 70s, and that is perfectly fine. To put off enjoying your youth in order to save for a comfortable retirement is illogical. It is critical to strike a balance between planning ahead and letting loose. Most people would agree that making decisions that benefit both your financial and emotional well-being is the best way to strike a balance between planning for the future and having fun while you're young. They now indulge in some rather pricey extravagances. People of all income levels can engage in frivolous spending. One of the reasons the poor can't seem to get ahead is because they have so many expensive habits. Smoking is one example of a costly habit that can add up to a significant sum over time but is frequently overlooked. A pack of cigarettes per day at $7 per pack equals nearly $200 per month for a smoker. How many smokers do you believe can't afford to save $200 per month for their future? Another costly habit is going out to restaurants on a weekly basis. This is more than just a casual monthly dining outing. This refers to the practice of dining out frequently, often more frequently than at home. While it may appear excessive to others, people will gladly pay $50 for a restaurant meal but then complain about being broke. However, if you're struggling to make ends meet, cutting out this type of spending even just 23 or 4 times per week could have a significant impact. This business has a lot of bad debt. Borrowing money is not the same as being in debt. Borrowing money that actually helps you make money is good debt. A mortgage on a rental property is one example. Second, defaulted loans are the most obvious example. In this case, the borrowed funds were used to purchase an item that was expected to lose value over time. Automobiles, clothing, travel, and just about anything else that can be purchased with a credit card can be acquired with bad debt. When payment is made and interest is deducted, the items deteriorate and have very little value. Furthermore, consumers can make purchases with the help of loans. When someone wants to buy something they can't afford in cash, such as a new car, they frequently turn to financing options. They have begun paying interest to the lender. They can't afford to keep up with the car's rapid depreciation, and it was an expensive car to begin with. The wealthy profit from interest while the poor suffer the consequences. They are willing to spend money to make a good first impression. According to Dave Ramsey, most people waste their money on unnecessary items. They do not have to impress everyone. They don't like how he continues by saying that trying to impress other people will drain your bank account faster. However, as absurd as it may sound, this mindset and practice is widespread and common, and many people make purchases to show off to others because they believe that if they appear wealthy, others will be envious and impressed by their success. It's true that spending a lot of money on your appearance can give you a sense of accomplishment. This is a lost battle, and the financial loss for this false sense of fulfillment is usually not worth it, because the sensation will be fleeting, and the purchase will set you back in the long run, long after that first impression to those people. Paying yourself first is one of the simplest ways to improve your financial situation, but most poor people don't do it. If you want to advance in life, recognize that saving money alone will not result in financial security. You must invest regularly if you want to grow your wealth over time. Setting up automatic deposits from each paycheck is a simple and convenient way to do so. You won't have to remember to invest every month, and you won't risk losing track of the money. When you have to make the decision whether or not to invest every week, you're much less likely to do so. If that money sits in your account, burning a hole in your pocket, you'll feel richer than you are, and it could eventually be spent on a variety of items, the majority of which you can't even remember what they were. Even though there are always exceptions to every rule, the fact that the majority of people are financially insecure is due to poor financial decisions in a variety of domains. Nonetheless, this is true if you observe the actions of the average poor person. The good news is that everyone can find a level of comfort with their current situation.